Hey guys, what's going on? Janae Dupree here. Let's get started. Okay, so I was on social media and I saw this comment and I was like, oh no, that needs to be talked about. So I'm laughing because y'all don't know. Okay, Jennifer Lopez. So I was a total fangirl. I mean, I'm still a total fangirl, but when I mean I was a total fangirl of Jennifer Lopez when I was a little girl, I mean like total fangirl. Okay, if I saw her picture in a magazine, I had to buy it. Obsessed. Like I would cut her pictures out. I followed everything that she did. If she came out with new clothing, I was like, oh my gosh. Now this was like designer clothing, so there was no way I was going to afford it. But I was still obsessed with it, and I was obsessed with her, and I've always been a huge fan of her. Okay. Anyways, so she's 50. And she was wearing that infamous green dress, and she wore it in Milan and to finish up Fashion Week, and she looked amazing in it. Obviously, I mean it's Jennifer Lopez. I may be biased because I'm a super fan, but she looked amazing. So, anyways, this person commented on it and said that Jennifer Lopez is 50, and the person said, "Wow, Jennifer Lopez is 50 and she looks amazing." I was like, you're right. And then the person went on to say, I have never and will never look as amazing as Jennifer Lopez. And I just kind of froze when I read that part. Because we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to other people, and we definitely shouldn't be comparing ourselves to celebrities. And I know that people are like, yeah, okay, kind of a thing, because the comparison syndrome is a really hard thing. But here's why. We can't compare ourselves to people, and we definitely cannot compare ourselves to celebrities. Celebrities have the money to hire the necessary people to cook for them and to train them, like personal trainers and things like that. So they have the money to be able to have the right foods and right portions cooked for them. And since they're paying someone to do it, then they don't have to worry about spending their time doing it. And then they can pay trainers, top elite trainers to train them, okay? Now, so they have tons of money to be able to do that. If you're an average person, you don't. So you can't make that comparison. And secondly, especially actors, don't ever compare yourself to an actor, because actors get paid tons of money to get ready for a certain role. Like Thor in the Avengers. Like he got paid money to have his body look a certain way. Captain Marvel, Avengers. If you haven't seen Avengers, I'm really sorry about these comparisons, but but she got paid lots of money to have her body look that way. Okay, and when they get paid this money, they spend like 8 hours a day at the gym. Again, and they hire nutritionists, they hire people to cook for them, so that way their bodies can look a certain way for that role. And so we see this physique and we're like, oh my gosh, how do I do that? And it's like, well, they get paid to exercise, they get paid to eat that way because they get paid to look a certain way, okay? And I mean, you could look like them without the money and being an average person. Of course, there's tons of people that are. But I'm just saying, like, total body image thing. Like, you can't compare your body to someone that gets paid to look that way. That's my whole thing. They're being paid to look that way. And here's what's funny is that when they get paid to look that way and they're done playing that role and they go back to their normal bodies, people think they're fat. And I'm like, nah, they're not fat. They just aren't getting paid anymore to look that way, okay? So the dad bods and stuff like that, I'm like, no, they just aren't living 8, 10, 12 hours in the gym or doing whatever that they need to do to look that certain way for that certain role. That's the difference. They're not fat. They just don't need to look that way anymore. They don't need to hold that certain physique. And the celebrities can lose a ton of weight. They can gain a ton of weight for roles. So, I mean, you just can never compare yourself to a celebrity because, like I said, they're getting paid lots of money. I'm sure Jennifer Lopez had to look a certain way for that new movie of hers that just came out. What's it called? Matthew McConaughey had to lose a lot of weight for, what is it, the Dallas Buyers Club? Like, he had to lose a ton of weight for that. So, I mean, you can't compare yourself. You have an amazing bodies. Our bodies are not perfect. My body is not perfect. My body is far from perfect, but I know the things that my body is capable of, and I love pushing myself to see how much more I'm capable of. Not just like, what I can handle as like a workload, but like how much strength do I really have? Like, how much strength can I really build? Because for me, I guess my physical strength passes over into my mental strength. Like, I'm like, if I can do that with my body, then mentally I can handle so much more. And vice versa. If mentally I'm like, I have been through all of that, I have ate so many shit sandwiches my entire life, then I can lift this stupid weight. Like, so it goes back and forth. But anyways, that's another conversation. So I'm reeling it back in. Don't get caught in the comparison game, because there's no point in doing it, especially with celebrities, especially with actors that are getting paid to look a certain way, that are hiring nutritionists, that are hiring trainers to get their bodies to look a certain way for a certain role. Like, they're getting paid to exercise. They're getting paid to look that way. Okay, and so you can't compare it. You can't. Do I hope all of you make money enough to hire nutritionists and train, and if you want to look that way, to look, but yeah, I hope everyone is able to do that. But I also am a total realist. I understand that we're all busy and we have lives and we're average people, and that's just how it works, right? I'm gonna say one more thing and then I'll wrap it up. There was this ad on a certain social media platform, and it was talking about the Avengers and how the diet that got them to look a certain way. And I just sat and I just rolled my eyes, because I was like, that's what makes me so mad, is this ad on the social media platform saying that this certain diet is what got the Avengers to look this way. And I'm like, nah, that's not what it was. I'll tell you what it was. It was the millions of dollars, I should say, and them hiring nutritionists and them hiring trainers and them being in the gym working out and working on things 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Yeah, I would look fantastic if I had someone feeding me the right foods and I was at the gym for 8 hours a day. Yeah. On top of like massage therapists and all those other kind of therapists. Yeah, I would look amazing. Who wouldn't? Everybody would look amazing if I had millions of dollars to spend on nutritionists and trainers. Like, come on. That is not health and wellness, let me tell you. So that is why you cannot compare yourself to actors and celebrities, because that is just not the right playing field. Because like I said, they're being paid to look that way. And when they're done playing that role and everybody thinks they're fat, and I'm like, nah, they're not fat. They just don't have to look that way anymore. Like, give them a break, So yeah, guys, celebrities and actors, don't play the comparison game with them, because they're being paid to look that way. Okay, life is about pushing ourselves to see how much we're really capable of. Let's do it. Bye, guys.